California's most dangerous animals are not always hiding in remote wilderness. Some are under patio furniture, inside firewood piles, crawling through lawns, or waiting in the corners of garages. In this list, danger comes from venom, allergic reactions, swarming attacks, and diseases carried from one host to another. Some of these bugs look harmless at first glance, which is exactly why experts treat them with caution. Velvet ants look like fuzzy red ants racing across the sand, but they are actually wingless female wasps. In California, they turn up in dry, open places like trails, fields, desert edges, and bare patches of ground where they search for the nests of other insects. Their nickname, cow killer, comes from the sting's brutal reputation. It does not mean they can kill cattle. It means the pain can feel wildly out of proportion to the insect's size. Their bright warning colors are honest advertising, and their tough bodies make them difficult for predators to injure. Experts do not pick them up, and neither should anyone else. If cornered or grabbed, a velvet ant can deliver a sting you will remember. Next, we move to an insect far more likely to defend itself around people. A fire ant mound can look like harmless loose soil until a footstep turns it into a moving carpet. Southern fire ants, often called California fire ants, are widespread in the state, nesting in lawns, parks, fields, gardens, and dry open ground. Their danger comes from group defense. When the mound is crushed or shaken, workers rush out, climb whatever disturbed them, and sting. The pain often starts as a burning jolt, followed by redness, swelling, itching, and small irritated spots that can last for days. Most stings are miserable rather than deadly, but sensitive people can have serious allergic reactions and need medical help. And this ant is only the warm-up, because California also faces an invasive fire ant with an even worse reputation. Red imported fire ants are the invaders California officials watch closely. They are established in parts of southern and south-central California, especially where irrigation, landscaping, and warm soil help colonies spread. Smaller detections have even appeared farther north, which is why new finds are taken seriously. Their sting delivers venom that can leave a burning welt, then a small fluid-filled blister. One sting is painful. Dozens can be dangerous, especially for children, pets, older adults, or anyone with an allergy. A disturbed colony does not send out a few defenders. It can release a coordinated swarm that climbs fast and stings repeatedly. That is why professionals treat infestations carefully, using targeted control instead of casually kicking mounds apart. The next threat does not need venom to put people at risk. The Asian tiger mosquito is dangerous because it turns a backyard into a disease zone, with something as small as a bottle cap of water. You can recognize it by its black body, bright white striping, and a single pale line running down its back. Unlike many mosquitoes that bite near dusk, this one attacks aggressively during the day, often around ankles and legs. In California, it is watched closely because it can potentially spread viruses such as dengue, chikungunya, Zika, West Nile, and others when the right local conditions line up. Its biggest advantage is how little water it needs. Plant saucers, buckets, clogged gutters, toys, and trash can all become breeding sites. And the next mosquito has an even darker reputation worldwide. The yellow fever mosquito, Aedes aegypti, is built for cities. It breeds in artificial containers near people, including flower pots, buckets, rain barrels, discarded cups, and water trapped around homes. What makes it especially concerning is its strong preference for human blood. Instead of feeding randomly, it often lives close to houses, bites people during the day, and can bite more than one person in a short period. In the right outbreak conditions, this mosquito can transmit dengue, Zika, chikungunya, yellow fever, and other viruses. That is why California vector control agencies treat every detection seriously, especially in dense neighborhoods where one hidden breeding site can affect an entire block. Now the danger shifts from disease to venom, with one of California's most feared spiders. The desert recluse is not the famous brown recluse of the Midwest and South. In California, this spider is tied mainly to desert regions, where it hides in dry, quiet places like rock piles, sheds, garages, and stored boxes. Most people will never be bitten because the spider is secretive and avoids contact. The risk comes when a hand or foot suddenly enters its hiding place, especially in dark, undisturbed storage, where the spider gets pressed against skin. When bites do happen, some can become medically serious. Recluse venom may cause local tissue damage, with a wound that worsens over time instead of healing quickly. Shake out gloves, shoes, and stored clothing in desert areas. Because next, California's most iconic venomous spider is far more widespread. The western black widow is the spider behind California's most recognizable warning sign, a shiny black female with a red hourglass marking on the underside of her abdomen. She is not hunting people, but her venom is powerful. A bite can trigger intense pain, muscle cramping, sweating, nausea, and in some cases urgent medical concern, especially for children, older adults, and people with health problems. Black widows often stay low and hidden, building messy webs in garages, sheds, woodpiles, outdoor furniture, crawl spaces, and cluttered corners. The danger usually comes when someone reaches into a dark space and pins the spider by accident. Respect the hourglass, use gloves, and check before grabbing. Next, we move to a nighttime biter that may leave more than a painful mark. Western cone-nose kissing bugs earn their nickname in the worst possible way. They can crawl indoors at night and bite sleeping people on the face, lips, or other exposed skin. The bite itself may cause redness, swelling, itching, or a strong allergic reaction in some people. The larger concern is Chagas disease, because some kissing bugs can carry the parasite that causes it. Transmission is not usually from the bite alone. The real risk comes when infected bug feces gets rubbed into the bite wound, eyes, or mouth. That means danger depends on the species, local exposure, and whether the insect is actually infected. Seal gaps, use screens, keep outdoor lights from drawing insects near sleeping areas, and avoid crushing one with bare hands. Next comes a stinger famous for pain that can stop people in their tracks. The tarantula hawk is a spider wasp built like a warning sign, metallic blue-black body, long orange wings, and legs made for dragging prey across desert ground. Its name comes from what it hunts. A female tarantula hawk can paralyze a tarantula with a sting, pull it into a burrow, and use it as living food for her larvae. For humans, that same sting is legendary on pain indexes, described as immediate, electric, and overwhelming. The good news is that it is usually not deadly to healthy adults, and these wasps are not eager to attack. Most stings happen when someone grabs, steps on, or traps one. Give it space, especially near flowers and desert washes. Next is a desert arthropod whose sting can cause far more than pain. In the Sonoran Desert region, including parts of southeastern California, the Arizona bark scorpion is the sting locals take seriously. It hides under bark, rocks, patio furniture, firewood, and even inside shoes. Unlike many scorpions, it can climb rough walls and squeeze through tiny gaps, which is why encounters sometimes happen around homes, campsites, and desert cabins. Its sting can bring intense burning pain, numbness, swelling, muscle twitching, and uncontrolled jerking. In serious cases, victims may develop breathing trouble, spasms, or symptoms that spread far beyond the sting site. Children, older adults, and sensitive individuals face the highest risk because a smaller or more vulnerable body can react harder to the venom. If severe symptoms appear, medical attention should be prompt. And still, this is not the final threat. The next danger becomes worse when numbers and aggression enter the picture. Africanized honeybees earn the top spot because the danger is not a single sting. It is how fast an entire colony can decide you are a threat. They look so much like European honeybees that most people cannot identify them by sight. Confirming the difference usually requires expert testing, which means a calm-looking hive in a wall, tree, meter box, or shed should never be treated as harmless. Their venom is not dramatically stronger. The risk comes from behavior. Africanized colonies can respond more quickly, send out more defenders, and chase a person much farther than typical honeybees. Once the attack starts, dozens or even hundreds of stings can happen before the victim reaches safety. They are present in California, especially in warmer regions, and disturbing a colony with tools, noise, vibration, or accidental contact can turn a routine moment into a medical emergency. The safest mindset around all these creatures is simple: respect distance, avoid handling, and know when to call professionals. California's dangerous bugs are not all predators. Some inject venom, some spread disease, and some become dangerous only when a nest is disturbed. The takeaway is simple: never handle an unknown arthropod, never poke a hive or web, and do not ignore swelling, fever, trouble breathing, or spreading pain. Thanks for watching. Comment with the California bug you have encountered, and subscribe for more wildlife danger breakdowns.